Today's horoscope, Leo April 26, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. Early today, your goals and ambitions seem to compete with social impulses and distractions. You'll find a way to satisfy both needs, but some restlessness can be stirring before you get there. Try not to push yourself. As the day advances, you are more inclined to let bygones be bygones as you focus on bigger and better things. The trick is to avoid shooting so high that you give up too quickly. With the moon's move into harmony with your sign early into the day, you can feel emotionally lifted up and out of slumber, ready to take on new challenges and open to new experiences. There is a stronger focus on forward movement. A measurable, well-defined goal can motivate you the most, even if it's a small one. A kind gesture or communication from someone can also figure strongly. Prepare for a period of intense struggle over the coming days. In fact, you'll be at the center of the hurricane. While you can sometimes feed off of a little bit of drama and use it to ignite your passion or libido, the energy is going to put you on red alert. Mars, the planet of force and anger, orbits within the skies of your solar house of identity, your zodiac sign. Mars is also the planet of sex and desire, which is what is making you even more fired up now. However, it will link in gridlock with immensely destructive Pluto, the planet of darkness, who is now across the sky from you in your solar house. Beware of power struggles, and don't rock the boat. Do you know what you are doing? Do not let your emotion take the lead as the moon enters Aries, forming a trine with Mars in your sign and sextile with Pluto in Aquarius. A part of you might be excited to get the ball rolling on the next adventure in your professional journey. Although you are ready to move forward, you should pause for the cause. Whatever you do next will drastically change every part of your professional journey and influence all of your professional commitments. There is a favorable aspect happening in the universe, and this means that your emotions may run the show for the next few days. This is a wonderful place to come from, as long as those emotions aren't frustration or fear converted into uncontrolled anger or anxiety. Think about what you can do to create a balanced lifestyle in the next couple of days. Small adjustments can go a long way. Drink more water, allow extra time for your personal needs. This day can see you far more caught up in your thoughts than usual. This can feel odd for you, as you are generally more likely to be outward and social. Take advantage of this vibration to do some thinking about the different areas of your life. Consider whether or not you are where you want to be with your work, finances, relationships, family, and more. Be sure to write your thoughts down and to think of ways to improve the areas you are less than content with. A day after Venus, the planet of money, moved into her final 7 days in your financial sector, a day before the dwarf planet Ceres is due to leave, ending her first deep dive into your financial needs and priorities in 4 years, and on the same day that Saturn moves into his final month, the moon is spending its final hours here aligned with all three. As well as leaving you with your financial instincts and imagination fueled, this is giving you a read on the planets that over the coming weeks are giving you everything needed to take your financial power back. By the end of the day, a sense of wanderlust, curiosity, and adventure will have kicked in. Today marks the start of a clash between Mars and Leo and Pluto in your relationship sector that over the next 3 days could see things become a little bumpy, then taper off. This is not a sign of things to come and simply the planets of war and revolution having a showdown as they knuckle out the right balance between your own and your relationship needs. This is ultimately empowering for you and your relationships. Daily Planetary Overview. Today brings with it a unique blend of challenges and opportunities, all wrapped up in the cosmic dance between Mercury and Saturn. As Mercury in steady Taurus squares off with Saturn in wise but stern Aquarius, you might find yourself navigating through a morning that feels more rigid than usual. Communication could feel blocked, conversations might come off more serious than intended, and there's a strong possibility that misunderstandings leave you questioning whether your words are being heard at all. If you wake up feeling like your thoughts are foggy or your ideas are being met with resistance, know that you're not alone. This energy can feel like walking into a room with something important to say, only to be met with silence or worse, criticism. Maybe it's a boss who doesn't see the value of your work, a friend who seems emotionally distant, or even just your own inner voice being harsher than usual. Saturn has a way of turning up the volume on doubt, especially when it clashes with Mercury, the planet of communication and thought. But here's the thing, just because progress feels slow doesn't mean you're not moving forward. Saturn teaches us patience, structure, and discipline, not to hold us back, but to help us build something that lasts. So if your ideas are being tested today, it might be a sign that they're worth refining, not discarding. What feels like a setback could actually be a valuable pause that gives you time to reflect, regroup, and strengthen your message. You might also notice a desire to retreat into your own world, especially as Mercury forms a soft, dreamy sextile to Neptune in Pisces later in the day. After the morning's tension, this aspect offers a much-needed release. You may catch yourself daydreaming, listening to music that stirs the soul, or seeking the comfort of creative outlets. If you're an artist, a writer, or someone who simply enjoys the escape of imagination, this is your invitation to lean into that. Sometimes, when the external world feels too heavy, turning inward isn't avoidance, it's healing. Maybe you're reminiscing about a simpler time, imagining how things could be different, or finding comfort in a fictional world. That's okay. Give yourself that grace. Just don't forget to come back to the present when you're ready with a little more clarity and a renewed perspective. This afternoon could bring a welcomed shift in mood. As Neptune's influence washes over the mind, the stressors from earlier in the day may start to lose their weight. You may realize that the deadlines you were rushing to meet can be adjusted, or that the conversation you were dreading doesn't need to happen right now. There's relief in letting go of the illusion of urgency. If you can, take some time to reconnect with people who lift your spirits. A casual chat with a friend, a walk outside, or a moment of laughter can do wonders for your energy. Even just taking a break from the screens and to-do lists to let your mind wander can help you reset. Creative projects, especially ones without pressure or deadlines, can bring a sense of fulfillment. Let yourself doodle, write, bake, or build something simply because it brings you joy. This day is a beautiful mix of grounded realism and imaginative escape. It challenges us to find the balance between structure and surrender, between getting things done and letting things flow. If you're feeling overwhelmed, remember, it's okay to not have all the answers today. Progress isn't always linear, and productivity doesn't always mean output. Sometimes, showing up for yourself, listening to your needs, and choosing kindness over criticism is the most important step forward. What about you? Have you had a day where everything felt like a struggle until something shifted and suddenly things didn't seem so bad? Or a moment when creative inspiration found you after you'd almost given up? I'd love to hear how you've worked through moments like this. Share your experience in the comments. We grow stronger when we support each other. Let today be a gentle reminder. Even when the skies feel stormy, clarity always returns. You're doing better than you think.